I'm gonna do a little tour of the property and show you all the updates in the last few weeks. So the biggest thing right now is we've got a running HVAC unit. This is very important. We now have a controlled climate and hardwood floors are in and cabinets come in this week. But we needed the HVAC first because it's very hot and humid here in Tennessee and the wood would buckle if we didn't have it controlled. You can see next to that is my Bilco door. Got a cellar under one room of the barn for storm protection and also to store root crops. There's a supervisor who's making this all happen. Okay, so we've got the HVAC. You can see here, this is actually a facade. It looks like stone, but it's concrete. They haven't put the mortar in yet, and you can see where there's cinder blocks below. That's where the fill is going to go. So we did spray paint up to where the dirt will be added, and it looks really, really nice, but it's not true stone. Here is the second electric pole. This took a while to get installed, and then there's a communication between the electrician, Middle Tennessee Electric, which is the utility provider, and the state, which has to sign off on permits. So it took about a month to get this going. Once the electric was available, then the HVAC could go in. So this was key. I shared a video of my septic. There we go. You can see the horse shed. I don't know where they are, probably in the shade somewhere. Chicken coop, you've already seen that. And so here is the back corner. I'm not sure if I've shared this side in a while, but I think I've showed my gingerbread. Come on, buddy. And you know what? We'll actually go in this door this time. So this here is going to have the stone facade, and then these will be stairs. And we're doing on the porch here a herringbone brick. And I think the masons will start maybe on the brick tomorrow. I'm not sure. They haven't done the mortar yet for the stone. I don't know what the timing is for all that. So, okay. Here we go. All right. So, trouble with antique doors is I've got to figure out the appropriate knobs to make them secure, especially because this is all heated and cooled now. Justin, my builder, and I have talked about putting in like that weather stripping. That's going to help. Got our transom. All right, so I'm trying to think of the best way to show you. Here is the Brazilian black slate that is throughout all the mud rooms in the kitchen and the halls, but we'll go this way and work our way back. Okay, so here is bath one, kind of the master bath. This is an East Lake dresser that I found up in Kentucky, and we're gonna carve out a vessel sink. You can see these beautiful drops. I lost one in transit, but I found a replacement that should come in the mail at some point. This was actually really short. I don't know, people back then were short and small. They only had full beds. I found these brass bottoms on Amazon that make it another 5 inches taller. And then there's a marble piece that came with it that's another inch, and the vessel sink will add some height. But one of the big lessons I learned is that when you're transporting furniture is you need to saran wrap everything so you don't lose, like I've lost some knobs on different stuff because I didn't, I strapped everything down, but I didn't saran wrap it. So here is a built-in medicine cabinet that I got in Memphis. You can see here, this is newbie board. This is tile that I've got done down in Texas, and it matches the green. And the shower curtain rod is like, it's a 2 rods together, so I can have like the rod inside be weatherproof and the one on the outside maybe do like a nice curtain so it's more decorative. I've showed you the vintage beadboard ceilings, I think in the last one. We've got this beautiful pink door, and the wallpaper I'll be using in here is a 1990s Laura Ashley print geranium, and it's been out of print for a long time because it's from the 90s, and I found someone in London who had 4 rolls. So look at this. Here's my pocket door. Okay, look at this wood floor. This is white oak that's been stained with a brand called Waterlox in the shade called Clay. This is white oak that was grown about 40 miles from here and milled about 40 miles from here, so that's special. This is the master bed. can see the beautiful light. And this is some of the trim that I got from Barry. The problem is, you know, I really wanted white beadboard, and what I bought from him, you can see on the bottom, there's gonna be a 9-inch baseboard, and you can see where, so I didn't go all the way to the bottom, but it was just way, way, way too rustic for me. And a lot of the wood, a lot of the white was peeling off, and then so you were stuck with like a gray blue. And this room is gonna be very feminine, like pinks and whites. And so I bought the paint shade of the trim, what's gonna be like the trim color in here, and I watered it down a bit so that you could still see the patina through, but it also kind of acts as a glue and just brightens it up. It was pretty dingy looking. I may even add another coat because I don't know if I love how the gray shows through, but you can see here, like, this is a section where I used more solid paint. This is where I had more water. I was trying to create like a different, some movement in it. I don't know if I really like it that much, but I can always change that. So the trim is just phenomenal. This is what I got from Barry. It's 5.5-inch trim. Got our beautiful rosettes, this incredible closet. And then I've shown you this. This is the leaded glass window from Bowling Green. We've got our Eastlake original doors. We got a crazy hound dog. Okay, here, this is like the little mud area. And when I was up at Barry's, this green, I just saw it. I think they were part of a window, like a window crown. I don't know what the name is, but I just said, you know, throw that on the truck because the color matched this bead board. So what I'll do is put hooks on here for coats. This is new. This is an oak. This is like a knotty pine that we got from Kentucky. It's gonna get painted. And one thing that comes in, oh, sorry, then get out of the way. I just stepped on my dog. This, I've got a spandrel coming in that will go across this opening, which is gonna be really neat. Come on, buddy, stop. All right, so big thing this week, cabinets come in. So kitchen cabinets that I designed, I had those custom done. The price of cabinets blew my mind. I had no idea how expensive that was, but they will go all over here. Where Jake is where the fridge will be. So this is kitchen, living, dining in this room here. Got my closet, old door. I have someone coming in at the end of this week to clean all the interior doors. You can see how filthy that one is, and he's gonna clear coat it because I wanna keep all the patina. So this is the same as what I just showed you. This is the white oak with the stain. I've got wallpaper coming in, install coming in like July 22nd and 23rd. This is an old toile print. I found it on Home Depot actually, so it was really priced really well. Got our mantle. And then we're going out into the hall. This is all the slate. Look here, we got Dutch doors. Go out to this porch. It has been so hot, like unbelievably hot here. Very, very dry. I've had no rain. I've spent a lot of hours watering the orchard. I think I shared already this wainscoting. This was part of an old barn, and this was the lathe strips. Here's my little law office. And I've never framed my diplomas and all that. And I graduated a long time ago. So I'm gonna get all that stuff finally framed and hung up. Look at this old knob. Okay. Now we finally hung these French doors up. You can see behind it, we've got black plastic because we're trying to keep the cool air in this section of the building and not in the great room of the barn. I don't think much has changed in here since I've last shown. Got trim. This is the tack Western room. Washer, dryer, utility sink, hot water heater. All of that. Go over here. Got these beautiful transoms I've shown you. This is the guest room. It's like the floors are so squeaky right now. They're so shiny. They put a nice coating on. This will be like a nice light beige color. And this, I think I've shown you all this before. There's a coat closet. And you can see here, like this, we're losing a lot of cool. You see all that like gap. I tucked fiberglass under the stairs here, but we're still losing a lot. Here's one of the bathrooms. There's old beadboard up there. And over here, there's old beadboard. And I'll show you the outside. Okay, not much has changed really in the great room of the barn. A lot of stuff everywhere that hopefully in the next 3 weeks is gonna get moved. And I've just been living in clutter for the last, I don't know, 4 months or so. Here you can see this is the other side of the door that I think I've shown before, that beautiful Victorian door, but we've got, like I said, we got the plastic up because of HVAC. We just walked through this pocket door. This is cool. I don't think I've shown this before. This is an old scale from the 30s that I had built into the wall, so pull it down. Gotta clean it out, but just this old piece of history I wanted to save. There's that awesome couch for the tack room, the light, and then here I've got all my fixtures coming in. I'm gonna line some areas in there with vintage tin. I got that out of Memphis. Old lighting I found in Indianapolis on eBay. Building materials. Okay, so here on the outside, we've got a bunch of fill. And once the men finish, you can see here, like there's the stone facade that I was showing you on the other side. Once the men put all their, oh, looks like they got mortar in. Okay. So once they're done, then we have another crew come in with the bulldozer and with the skid steer, and they move the dirt all around. You know, one thing that's been very challenging with this project is the barn is on a hill, right? So like here, there's not a huge, they don't have to move much dirt. Here, you know, where it's more, when it's downhill, you can see the elevation has changed a lot. And it's a very, very wide structure. So there's a big elevation change from one end to the other. Okay, I think you've seen all this before. The birds are having a really good time putting their nests up in here. They're gonna be upset when they move out. Okay, so here's my, this is really nice. This is my kitchen island. And this is a workbench that came out of Chicago. I got it through a vendor in Pittsburgh who I found on Instagram. And it was short, but I found these really cool old, well, actually they're not old, they're brand new, but they look old. These really nice like brass casters that have brakes on them, but look at that gorgeous storage. And with my cabinets, I've had to, you know, figure out what hardware I wanted and doing this old brass look. I ordered these poles online, but they're so tiny. And then I got these from Rejuvenation, which I think is like a pottery barn. My hands are filthy. Okay, so I'll go out the side. This is just storage right now of stuff that will get moved in. Hopefully in 3 weeks-ish. Come on, buddy. Okay, so now we're out on the side porch. And I think I've shown these doors before. That's a door I got up in Bowling Green. There's more, here's my ceiling fans for the porches. And that's really it for now. I mean, it's coming along beautifully. I'm really tired. It's been an amazing project. There's still a lot to do. You know, next video will probably show the cabinets and probably some painting and everything. And then the great room and all that area is not going to be finished out for some time. I just can't afford to do that right now. But, you know, we started, the pole barn we started last July. So in about a year, that was put up. Well, remember there was a pole barn here. So this pole barn was taken down. That one was built. And then we started on this, I think in November or so. So it's just been a fast moving machine. It's beautiful. I love it. You know, it's really a dream. But you know, it's my choice to source all of the salvage, which has been very, very consuming with time. It's not like I can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and grab it, but I think it adds a whole sense of uniqueness and just a very different aesthetic to the barn. I've acted as the architect, the designer, sourcing all this stuff, you know, and I have a full-time job and all these other things, but it's been a wonderful adventure. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be a lifelong project, but very happy with it so far. And next time, like I said, next time I show this, it'll be even more detail added. Thank you for following.